before we talk numbers, before we work with the CPAs and accountants and dig into the books and the structure of the business. I simply get the owner to sit down and say, what do you want? What are you building? What do you want your life to look like, 5, 10, 20 years down the road? What do you want this business to look like? Then once we go through that process, that assessment, then we go through, we use we're partners with a company called Growth Drive, and we use a Clarity One assessment. And Clarity One assessment, what it does that's different from a lot of these other assessments that you have out here, no knock to them, but it actually does a valuation of the business from not just an opinion of value, but a valuation that they would go through from an M&A due diligence standpoint. So not just from SBA valuation, or not just a valuation, say if they were going through an estate planning, but a more holistic valuation and view of their company from the inside out if it was to go to the market tomorrow and they had to survive an M&A due diligence from an attorney. So with that assessment, with those numbers, we help them to identify their value gaps in the business, their wealth gaps with themselves, but also we help them kind of de-risk and show where their risks are at, and also show what they could be missing because these key things are in place, from a transferability to a valuation standpoint, to a multiple standpoint, to a key employee loss standpoint, but also again to that personal standpoint. Can this business, or what would it look like for this business, which is majority of the time of founders or owners, 80% of their net worth or more is tied to the business. What would that look like in retirement right now? Once we go through that with the founder, really show them those gaps and get that on paper and get them to look at, we call it come to Jesus moment. Actually look at the real numbers. Then we plan a day or two with their strategic leadership team, and we take them each to the same assessment to see how the leaders they have in place, how they view the company. Because every single time, everybody views the company different and different from the owner. Once we get them all together, we do a deep analysis of the business with strategic leadership team and the founder, and we get everybody on the same page. And then we set out I work with them again. It's a hands-on working with them, not for them or doing it for them, but we build a strategic growth plan as to get your business from here to here and everything in the end. Our whole goal is to increase the strategic capacity of that business.